Let's do this thing. They dropped it. They dropped the list. Complex top 25 streamers right now. All right, we're just gonna skip all the bullshit. You already know what this list is about. It's from Complex. Just like I said, we're gonna get into it. At 25, they got HasanAbi, bro. Hasan, bro, overrated. He's overrated, bro. He's overrated. I don't like him. Too much politics for me. Streaming shouldn't be about politics, but that's just my opinion, of course. It is what it is. Raw numbers, he should be on the list, but in my opinion, he's too much. Just too much politics, too much crazy stuff. Not my cup of tea. Next up, we've got Extra Emily. Jesus, I do not like this woman. I'm sorry. I can't do it. She sounds like a toddler at the time, bro. I can't do it. She's overrated, bro. She's overrated, in my opinion. I think as far as her ranking, I agree with the ranking that she should be on this list, which is why I put agree. Most people are going to say that she's just in general overrated, but really, in my opinion, as far as like raw numbers and stuff that she's been putting out lately, like, yeah, she deserves to be on the list, but personality rise, I do think she's overrated, right? Next up, we've got Adapt. I agree. He should definitely be on here, raw numbers wise. His content's not necessarily for me, but I can see where the appeal comes from, right? You know, he does some pretty cool stuff, mostly from the Call of Duty phase, but outside of that, he also has been getting into a lot of the IRL streaming stuff as well. So it's cool to see that he's on the list, but in my opinion, I don't really watch him that much, but he's all right. He's all right. I think he does deserve to be on this list. Number 22, this is probably, as crazy as it sounds, this is probably my favorite duo right now. Granted, they do a lot of stupid stuff, but they're incredibly, and I mean incredibly entertaining. Like their clips, their shorts, all that other stuff, they're entertaining, bro. But as far as the extra stuff that they be doing on stream, bro, I would not be caught a day in my life around that boxing ring or that warehouse, bro. Couldn't do it. Like, the second women get involved and these two motherfuckers are around, I gotta go, bro. Gotta go. That's how I'm gonna put it. XQC, bro. Put XQC on there. Let's see. I think that he deserves to be on the list. People say that he's overrated. People say he's overrated because of the whole Asmongold thing. Another thing I wanted to say, Asmongold's not on this list. Why is one of not the top streamers of all time not on this list, bro? Why is he not on this list? It doesn't make any sense, but XQC makes it? I don't get it. I don't get it, but okay, sure, whatever. People think he's overrated, but raw numbers wise, every time I walk into this man's stream, he easily has like 15K, 20K, 30K viewers. Like, he deserves to be on the list, obviously. So yes, absolutely. I agree, but people say that he is heavily overrated. I kind of disagree. I kind of disagree with that. Next up, we've got Ty Lil, bro. People say Ty Lil's overrated? There's no way, bro. That's crazy. That's a hard left turn, bro. That's insane. I don't think he's overrated at all. I think Ty Lil makes really good content, bro. I think that his content is there. I can't say that he's overrated, though. I wouldn't say that he's overrated by putting him on this list, because he easily be pulling like 5K, 10K, easily. So, I mean, again, he deserves to be on this list, in my opinion. I think that his spot actually is about spot on. I'd put him on this list 100% for everything. DJ Akademiks, bro. In my opinion, he's underrated. That's just my opinion, though. That's just my opinion. But of course, with the content that this man covers and the things that this man is constantly saying, yes, he is going to be said as overrated, especially when he sided with Drake during the whole Kendrick thing. That's mainly what it is that people just don't like the fact that he sided with Drake so much hard. But he did it anyways, because that's who he is. He stuck to his character. And that's why I mess with Akademiks, man. He sticks to his character regardless of what people say. And people hate that. People hate it so much. They want for you to pander to their style or whatever they got going on. But honestly, Ak, in my opinion, he does a lot of really cool shit. He always finds out stuff before it happens, or he always has the full story before everything happens, because the people he surrounds himself with are pretty much PI, like private investigators, people who are just in that internet stuff heavy. This man knows a lot. I think that his information is incredibly valuable. So it's interesting to see him on the list. I think he deserves to be on the list. In my opinion, he's underrated, but that's my opinion. And obviously, 7 of the whole shebang, right? 3 people agree with me, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is a very, very interesting take to see. Next up, Queso, bro. His content's too wholesome, bro. You can't hate on Queso, bro. His content's too wholesome. He definitely should be up on the list a little bit higher, in my opinion. He definitely deserves to be here. I hard agree that he should be like a little bit higher, but I think in general, just him being on the list, I agreed. But yeah, his content's too wholesome to hate on him, bro. It's just the truth. Homie does a lot of really cool stuff. Next up, we've got YourRage, man. YourRage, I agree with him being on the list. I actually agree with his ranking on the list. I don't think that he should be any higher or any lower. There's a few instances where I was like, his content's kind of mad, but in my opinion, I think that he puts in the work for what he does. I also got to remember, he walked for the longest time, but now he's up and moving around. It's always cool to see him doing this kind of content and stuff. I'm proud of him. I think that he definitely should be right where he is, in my opinion. I think that this is a hard degree, in my opinion. Phantom. Bro, how can you hate on Phantom, gang? In my opinion, this is a top 10 streamer right here. That's just what it is. This man's pure entertainment, whether he's doing IRLs. I don't know if y'all saw the streamer where he's doing the police thing, bro. That was fire. The GTA RP streams be lit. The little parties he be throwing in his room. Bro, I feel like he's like peak streamer, in my opinion. Like if you're trying to be an IRL streamer, or you're just trying to encompass yourself in the origins of streaming, sitting down at your desktop and streaming, I feel like he absolutely is one of those people who are completely too entertaining to like avoid or ignore, bro. Absolutely should be in the top 10. I just agreed with him here because, again, the people I agreed with, I feel like should be on the list, and the people I rated as overrated, I feel like shouldn't necessarily be on the list, or if they are on the list, they're way, way, way too high on the list, right? So that's normally what it is. DDG, absolutely. I think I put agree, but honestly, he's incredibly underrated. Top 5 streamer right here. In my opinion, top 5 streamer. Top 5, absolutely. Simply because, in my opinion, this man be doing the work. He be giving out the beats. That man know how to box. That man know how to rap. That man know how to do IRL streams. This man's incredibly talented when it comes to the streaming stuff, bro. I feel like he's an originator of a lot of stuff on the streaming side, just like how Cenat and fucking IShowSpeed are. Like, he's a very intuitive, inventive person. He's very creative, and I think that absolutely he can pretty much get into any situation and he can move around in a way that he don't lose aura, right? And that's a really cool thing to say about DDG, bro. There's only a handful of times where you can be like, I don't like this clip or whatever. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. He's incredibly underrated, bro. Easily one of the best out. Next up, we got Ray, bro. No. Ray is completely overrated, bro. 14 is too high. Numbers wise, he don't even really be getting numbers compared to these other guys. The only reason he's really popular is because of Cenat and being around Kai and doing all the ignorant stuff that they do. He just kind of mimics it because he's foreign, and it works for him because there's a whole pocket of the internet for that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I don't think he should be number 14 on this list. I think that he absolutely is a top 25 streamer, but I don't think that he's number 14. More like in the 20s range, bro. Way, way, way too high. Like, way too high. Next up, Jason the Ween. Same thing, bro. Way too high on this list. He absolutely is a top 25 streamer, but is he number 13? I don't think so. I know that his numbers usually are around like 10K. I think I've seen him a handful of times with more. Obviously, I think that he is pretty intuitive, but my thing with him is that he comes off a bit more nerdy. And there's nothing wrong with that, but in the space that he's in that IRL space, being a nerd kind of drops down your like actual aura level, right? And there's nothing wrong with being a nerd. It's just, if we're talking popularity and gains and potential, I'm not necessarily seeing Jason the Ween at peak potential right now in 2026. I think that his peak was in 2025. That's just my opinion, but not that I know. I'm not even a streamer. I'm hardly a YouTuber, right? I'm just giving my opinion here. That's just me. I think he's overrated. Marlin, I didn't even rank this guy because I don't even know who he is. I don't know who Marlin is, bro. I don't know. So I just skipped over him. And that's not for me to say that he's not making premium content, right? I think this is the guy that was hanging out with Jana. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure what to say about this guy because, again, I haven't really seen him. But he's the only streamer that I was like, I'm not even sure if he should even be on this list. Like, Asmongold should be on this list over this. Like, this is, like, I don't know if he should definitely be on this list, right? Rakai, bro. Okay, this man be pulling numbers unimaginable. This man be pulling crazy numbers. Like, I be walking in this man's stream, 60K, 30K, 40K. Like, this man be pulling numbers. I think, personally, he's overrated, but you can't say that he's not a top 10 streamer. You can't say that. Like, just raw statistics. He's not necessarily the most original, but this man can clip farm like no other, bro. When him and Ty Lil get together, or him and Kai or whoever, bro, it's always some content that's gonna come out of it. So I feel like for Rakai to be at his best potential, he has to be around other people who he can feed that energy to or get that energy off of, right? And once he does that, bro, he's up there. He's always up there. The only reason I rated him as overrated is because I'm not a big fan of that sort of content. But whenever I do run across a short every now and again, I do laugh. So it's not like the kid is not a comedian, right? Like, the kid's funny. He has his moments, but he does overdo it a lot, bro. bro. He overdoes it a lot. But again, it's just cool to see. It's cool to see. Neon, man. Holy cow. Now, I was talking about this earlier with one of my friends, bro. I think that Neon's underrated. And here's my reason why. It's because I feel like his run in 2026 overall is way more wholesome than all the content that he used to do in the back, right? Like, I've been seeing this man make content for years. Like, it's been like 10 plus years of him just ever since he was a kid growing up on the internet and having the internet pretty much beat him down and reshape him into what he is today. I don't necessarily think that it's the best content, right? Because I have seen this man necessarily violate his morals. I know that he's like Muslim or something, but he was like gambling and drinking on stream and he's been messing with women or something like that. I don't know the whole story, but if he is Muslim, he definitely violates his morals. And that's why a lot of people say that he's overrated, right? It's because he violates his morals to get the views, right? I remember he was doing the thing with Iggy Azalea and all that other stuff. And you know, you're not supposed to do that and all that other stuff. So Neon, he's grown on me this year. I don't necessarily say that I'm a consistent watcher, but whenever I do see a couple of videos or shorts, I do kind of tune in just to see what's up with it. But in general, I think that he is definitely a top 10 streamer, question mark, right? At worst, I'd say that he's in the top 15, but definitely with how he's been growing, especially on Kick and getting around everybody, I do see where his content does hit for sure. Next up, we've got Jana J, bro. Oh my gosh, is this woman overrated, bro? I'm sorry, I can't stand this woman. I can't stand her. Every clip I feel like I see of her, ever since she's like blown up, like she's being like rude to somebody or like she's like trying to act like she's better than somebody or something like that. Like her arrogance is what's gonna be her downfall, in my opinion. But that's if it happens, right? But we're in the streamer world, so in that case, 9 times out of 10, if you're pretty and you can at least put on a show for your fans or whatever, you're gonna be fine. Like she's gonna be fine in the streamerverse. But is it somebody that I would say is a top 10 streamer? Absolutely not. Like she is not. She should be definitely like anywhere between that 15 to 20 ranking, right? I don't think that she necessarily has worked hard enough to even be at a top 10 streamer, in my opinion. But that's just me. I do think that she does deserve to be on this list, but again, I don't think that she should be this high. Adin Ross. Okay, Adin Ross being on here, I could see that. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, overrated? I can't say that Adin Ross is overrated, bro. This man has put on so many streamers, it's not even funny. Like, if we're talking about the Drake of streaming, that's Adin Ross, bro. Like, this man has put so many people on, just like Cenat, bro. But he was doing it before Cenat. So a lot of the names that you come around with him, like, they ended up sticking. You can even see it on Kick. Pretty much a lot of the big Kick streamers, this man ended up putting on. You know, at some point in time, they're like, yeah, we mess with Adin, or we've been around Adin, whatever. Adin gave him a deal, whatever the case may be. Boom. Now they're popping. And I think that that's always good. But I can understand why people say he's overrated. He don't be streaming as much. He's not consistent. He be doing drugs, the lean, whatever. I get it. But you can't deny what this man has done for the streaming space. In my opinion, he always will be a top 5 streamer. You can't outdo this man. You can't. You literally cannot. But that's just me. That's just me, right? I say that I agree with his spot, but really I think that he's technically underrated. That's just me though. No, I'm not trying to say that this man didn't do what he was supposed to do. I think that as far as where he sits now, it would make sense for him to lose some of his ranking because he hasn't been doing a whole lot. So I get it. I understand. Agent 00, overrated as fuck. I can't stand his content, bro. I try so hard to understand where his content actually hits for people. I'm not trying to be a dinghead, but it's gonna come off that way. I can't watch it. I can't watch his stream. But to say that he's a top 7 streamer over Phantom, in my opinion, is crazy. I think that him over Phantom is insane, in my opinion. Like, there's no way. There's physically no way. He's not as funny. His content kind of goes stale a little bit. And if he wasn't swallowing whole burgers in like 3 seconds, like there really isn't much to say about it. And that's my only thing. It's like, oh, he's a little bald, got a big forehead, he can eat fast as fuck, and he goes from skinny to fat like every other 6 months, right? That's really all you can say about Agent. I'm not saying that he's a bad person. I just think that his content is a bit overrated. That's all. I don't think that he's a top 10 streamer. I do think he deserves to be on the list, not a top 10 streamer. Stable Ronaldo being up this high is crazy. I don't know. Again, I don't watch too much of Stable Ronaldo's content, but I have come across clips. They always come off as cringy to me. That's just me though, you know? I'm not a streamer. I just am talking about what I see. But this situation, oh my gosh, bro, I couldn't do it. I couldn't say that he's a top 10 streamer, but he do get numbers. He puts numbers on the board. So you can't say that he wasn't goated or he wasn't a good streamer. It's just, I can't say that he's top 5. I couldn't say that he's top 10. I couldn't do it. I would put him on the list, but it wouldn't be this high. Black Boy Max. Holy. At number 5, overrated 100%. Let me say his 2024 and 2025 runs were insane, bro. I genuinely thought that he was going to be like the GOAT. I thought that this was going to be like the next big thing, especially with all the music, his production on the music, all the rappers that he's met, all the cool clips that I've seen from this man. This man was on a run in 2025. And then the Diva tattoo hit, and I feel like that's what everybody is rating him off of. Is it because he did the long hair, and then he did the Diva tattoo, came out with the song Diva, like started moving a little different, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was doing a whole lot. He was doing too much. And I think that's what's killing him in 2026 right now. Not to necessarily say that he's a bad streamer. I'd put him in top 10. I absolutely would put him in the top 10 streamers still. But at 5, I do think that he's overrated. For sure. Jinxie, man. Jinxie hits a pocket of the internet that people don't really talk about. Like, I think that his content is just there, bro. Jinxie makes the perfect content for the people who watch him. And I think that that's all you need to do. You don't need to do anything else. You know what I mean? Just hit that pocket correctly and you'll be all right. And that's what he's been doing. And he stays in his pocket, you know. I seen him do the joint with Kai and Rakai. And I thought that thing that he did with Kai, he was trying to do the Classic Clans tournament. I saw all that. I know that's what's also kind of like boosting him here. But again, like, I do think in general, Jinxie definitely does hit a pocket in the internet that most people can't even fathom, right? I do think that he definitely does deserve to be top 5. Absolutely. He pulls numbers insane. I don't really see too many Jinxie clips unless he ends up getting into something with like a bigger streamer like Rakai, Kai, or something like that. But in general, I do think that he does deserve to be on this list. Next up, Sena at number 3. Are you kidding me? No. Okay, Complex, y'all are tweaking. Absolutely not. She is not a top 3 streamer, bro. She don't even be pulling numbers like that. Where are we getting that Sena's a top 3 streamer? I know she probably saw this on stream and was like, yeah, I'm the shit. But then she probably clicked on the button over here. 86% of people. I feel like more people voted on Sena than either streamer, to be honest with you. Because 78 votes as overrated? Like, no. Sena, you're way too high on this list. I'm sorry. You're way too high. Now, are you a top 25 streamer? Absolutely. Absolutely. But number 3, nah, they're gassing that shit up hard, bro. That's wild, bro. I'm sorry, I couldn't do it. Sena at number 3 is insane. Sena at like, let's say Sena at like 11 or anywhere between that 10 and 15 range. I could see her being there. But top 5, top 3, crazy. Cenat, I do think that he is number 2, but I don't think that the gap between number 2 and number 1 is that large, right? That's just my opinion. But the reason why Cenat's always gonna take the number 2 spot to the number 1 person is because the international love just ain't there, bro. You step out of that little bubble, man. I know that you're popping in the States, and that's where everybody loves to see Cenat's content. And of course, places like the UK love Kai, but the number 1 spot goes to IShowSpeed because he's got that international love, man. He got that international, bro. He just does it every time, bro. And he doesn't fail. And his clips always hit. He always nice. He always does what he's supposed to do. He motivates people to get up and work out. Kai does the same thing, bro. And it's getting to that point where IShowSpeed, I think, is just ahead because of his consistency. He's been around the world. He's touched hands with millions of his fans. And that worldwide tour is what put him on for real. Kai should have been did a worldwide tour, but it's so hard for Kai to do that, especially when you're taking 9-month breaks to do clothes. I think that's what really set him back, right? The 9-month break to do clothes and come out with Streamer University, like, I get it, I understand, and they did that because of fatigue reasons, but I feel like it hurt him in the long run when it came to streaming, especially since Vivette still hasn't really dropped much, you know? But again, this list was interesting. This list was hella interesting. Let's see what the community results say. The most agreed is number 1 is IShowSpeed. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, this is absolutely right. I think that he definitely is number 1 right now. Most disputed is Rakai, right? At number 11, I think that he's underrated. And that's just my opinion. I think that he's underrated at number 11. Most overrated absolutely is Sena. She's way too high. Sena is way too high. Like, honestly, Sena and DDG need to swap spots, bro. Like, they straight up, they need to just swap spots, in my opinion. Like, DDG absolutely is probably a top 5 streamer. Sena, easily top 15, easily. But let's see what people are saying here. DDG Look at this. People are saying that DDG is the number one streamer. And this is the community rankings right now. Okay? They're saying DDG right now is number one. I'm sure he probably saw this on stream and people are gassing him up right now, right? But in general, I do think that DDG is a top 3 streamer right now. I couldn't say that he is not, right? That's just me, my opinion. Jinxie at number 4, I'm okay with that. Stable Ronaldo is actually up, which in my opinion, Rakai, he's gone up 5 spots. I do think that he's underrated at number 10. I do think that he's absolutely should be higher. Neon, I believe should be higher. Agent, I feel like is too high on the list. Aiden Ross, I think should be a top 5. Blackboy Max, again, the whole diva thing is kind of ruining his image right now. Phantom, I think should be higher. He's gone up a bunch of spots. They say he's number 11. I think he should be number 10, in my opinion. He should absolutely be at least number 10 or at least closer to number 5. Jana J at 14, I'm okay with. I think that's okay. I think that's decent. Jason Dween, again, yeah, 15. I do see him right around the Jana J range. YourRage, also, again, I could see him also being around this rank. Dean and AB have gone up a lot, which in my opinion is good for them. I do think that they definitely should be going up. Ray's right where I'd put him. Number 18, I'm comfortable with. Marlin, obviously people thought he was too high. I agree there. Again, I don't know Marlin, but the fact that I haven't seen any of his content ever come across any of my lines still makes me question if he should actually be on this list. But that's just me, because everybody else on this list I have seen clips of on YouTube, on Facebook, Insta, whatever, everybody. And I mean everybody on this list. I have seen a clip of them besides Marlin. I have not seen a Marlin clip at all. Ty Lil at number 20. I don't know. I feel like Ty Lil should be higher. DJ Akademiks, people are just going to be hating on him, but he should be on the list. XQC should be on the list. I don't think that he should be at 22 though. If we're talking raw numbers and performance, I know that he overall just has a lot of hate right now, especially over all the stuff that he be saying online and how he behaves. I could see why people are dogging him right now, of course. But Daft, Extra, and Emily and HasanAbi, I think all are in the same spot, or at least in a spot where they should be, right? Hassan being too political, in my opinion, should be swapped for Asmongold. Either Asmongold should be swapped out on this list and be higher, or he should take Marlin's spot in general. Like, the fact that he's not on this list, in my opinion, is just crazy. It's just crazy. It's just me though. But yeah, guys, that's just what people are saying. Now people are talking about, okay, let's re-rank them right now. Let's re-rank them. Okay, so on this list, Sena, your ass is going way down. Wait, how can I? Yeah, let's get everybody on the list. Hold on. We got to get this right. We got to get everybody on the list that it was talked about. We got to get all 25 of them on the list. And I'm going to do my own list. Why not? Add. Boom. Okay, so now we can actually do this. Let's start from the top. I'm going to leave IShowSpeed and Cenat where they are. Jinxie, I'm going to put Jinxie at number 5. Blackboy Max, I'm going to put at number 10. Sena's going way down the list, y'all. She's going way down the list. All right? We're going to put Sena down here. Stable Ronaldo. Again, I don't really know his content, but based off of what people are saying, he should at least be up here. Agent's too high. He's too high. He's too high on the list, bro. He's too high on the list for me. I'm going to put Agent at number 20. I'm okay with him being at number 20. Aiden Ross, in my opinion, top 5 streamer. He should be up here. I think that he should be up there. Jana J, she got to go down, gang. She got to go way down. She got to go way down the list. And it's not that I'm trying to hate. Like, genuinely, I'm not trying to hate. Sena, I'm going to put her, like, she's, like, Sena's way better than Jana, in my opinion, right? So I'm going to put Sena at 15. I'm putting Sena at 15. And I know why they're doing this, because there's not really that many super giga popular women streamers that get over 1,000 views concurrently. Like, I understand that's kind of like the meta. And the 3 that actually do are on this list. And I understand that's why they're on this list, because they do put in work. I'm not saying that they don't. But if we're talking about coolness overall, how I feel about them, this is what the list would kind of be looking like. Blackboy Max, we're gonna put him at 8. I'm gonna put Marlin at, I feel like Marlin should be in the 20s. Dean and AB, we're gonna put them way up. I'm gonna put them right here in between YourRage and Phantom. I think that's actually a good spot for them. Queso is just too wholesome, bro. Queso and Ray can swap spots. DJ Akademiks, I'm comfortable with him there. Ty Lil should definitely go up a couple slots, in my opinion. I like Ty Lil's content just about as much as I like Phantom and DDG's content. DDG absolutely should be at the top of this list, bro. Like, if there's anybody who's going to be at the top of this list, it's going to be DDG. In my opinion, IShowSpeed, Cenat, DDG. Jinxie, number 4. Aiden Ross, number 5. Stable Ronaldo. Again, I'm not too sure about his content right now. So I'm gonna put him below Neon. Rakai, I can see him being top 10. Black Boy Max, I can see him being top 10. Jason the Ween, definitely too high up on my list. I will replace him with, we're just gonna move him down. We're gonna just move him down to the 15th slot. We're moving him down to the 15th slot. This is a comfortable list in my opinion. IShowSpeed, Cenat, DDG, Jinxie, Adin Ross, Neon, Stable Ronaldo, Rakai, Black Boy Max, Queso, Phantom, Tylil, AB, YourRage, Jason the Ween, Sena, Ray, DJ Academics, XQC, Agent, Marlin, Jana J, Adapt, Extra Emily, HasanAbi. That's honestly my genuine list right there. That's my genuine list. So if we're talking top 10, that's what I'm locking in right now. That's exactly what I'm locking in. Now, are we saying that Queso is better than Phantom in this case? Is that what we're saying? I don't know. I'm not sure. Genuinely, I'm not sure about this one. That's a tough one. If it was me personally, I would put Phantom here because I like Phantom. I love his content. He absolutely is a top 10 streamer. But Queso overall, you can tell that he's too consistent. He's too wholesome. He absolutely is a top 10. Like it'd be a rough pick between this. Like if anything, I would probably get rid of Stable Ronaldo out of the top 10. But I see a lot more clips of him than any of these other people who are below him, in my opinion. If anybody, Rakai probably would go up one. But this would pretty much be my list right here. Top 10 streamers right here would always be this. But again, Adin Ross is just an all-time favorite, right? Or I wouldn't even say a favorite. He's just an all-time top 10 streamer. Like this man is easily a Hall of Fame. Like if there was a Hall of Fame for streamers, Adin Ross will definitely be one of the first 3 names on those lists, right? That's just me though. That's just me. But this is what I'm gonna lock in. That's what I'm gonna lock in. Let's see what my list looked like overall. Is there any other thing that I can see? I don't think so. But in general, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's my re-rank for y'all. That's my re-rank. All right, chat, that's the video. Hopefully y'all enjoyed that. That's something I don't really do that often, but I just thought it was a fun little content thing to do because Complex drops these little lists and it's always fun to just see what the overall arcing opinion is. And honestly, I kind of somewhat think that this is decent. If you guys have any other thoughts, leave them down in the comment section below. It's Agent K, and I'll see y'all out there.